Hey yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Life in Stacks, where we stack all the precious things in life. So I'm back after a long time off, finally back into making videos. A lot has happened, a lot has taken place, and I can talk about that all day long. But what I want to talk about is what's going on right now in the world. So, at the time of filming this video, Trump has just been sworn in, and he is now the 47th president of the United States of America. Now, I know a lot of people are probably upset, but I know a whole of a lot more people are very happy for change. They're sick and tired of the same old stuff that's been taking place year after year, month after month, nothing to show for it, and people are sick and tired of it, and rightfully so. When you have a government that tells you, we're here for your best interests, we want to make sure that we're serving you, the people, but yet they do everything opposed to that by serving people that aren't even in this country, let alone the people of it. And so it's very tiresome and very irritating as an American citizen to be subject of this time after time, month after month, year after year, and you come to a point where you want change. Me personally, I voted for Trump 2020 and 2024, so I could see right through the smoke and mirrors of this Biden administration and the Harris administration time after time. I saw what they were trying to do, how they would lie, they cheat, they steal, they do everything possible against what they're supposed to, which is serving the American people, which, if you ask me, is the one and main thing that you look at when voting for a public servant. You look at what they say they're going to do, you look at what they do, and you use that and you judge accordingly, because that's all you can do. You look at what they say they're going to do, what they actually end up doing, and from there, you know if they're really about it. I really like this little IGR bar. It's a pretty cool 10 ouncer. It's so funny how, like, you look at the difference in size compared to other bars, and it's like nowhere near. Anywho, at the end of the day, people want change. They're tired of seeing their pocketbook affected. They're tired of seeing their country affected. They're tired of seeing their loved ones affected. They're just sick and tired of the same old bull crap that these politicians are shoving down their throat, telling them, oh, we're going to change this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but never end up doing anything. Now, we can get into a debate of who's better, Trump, who's better Biden, who's better Kamala, whatever. The truth of the matter is, Trump has been voted for, Trump had won, and he is now president of the United States of America. With that said, I want to hear what you guys are expecting out of him. We saw what his last run was like. It was amazing, especially when you compare it to what Biden and his administration just did these past 4 years. Absolutely horrid. But what are you guys expecting out of Trump? Are you guys expecting a strong economy right off the bat? Are you guys expecting a downfall and then a recovery? Are you guys expecting the markets to go completely berserk? What are you guys expecting? I'll tell you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Trump to be the fall guy for all the damage that they've done these past 4 years. All the money they've printed, all the money they've given away that they printed, didn't even put it back into our American economy, just gave it to other countries, didn't give it to the American people. Actually, I stand corrected. They gave $750 to Hawaiians after their homes and land burned down. So I stand corrected. They did give it to the American people. Actually, that was a loan. So yeah, maybe they need to be corrected on that one too. But hey, either way, they printed all this money, sent it away, didn't even pour it back into the economy. Like the one thing that they could have done right in that horrible scenario of printing all that money, they totally dropped the ball on, because they sent it all to Ukraine and just totally screwed that up. So at the end of the day, they printed all this money. You got historical, just insane amounts of money owed in our government debt, and you're looking at all the facts of, well, that has to affect something. You can't print all that money and assets don't go up in value, because the money is now worth less, and now the money is worth less. Now you're looking at a situation like Venezuela just had. They just totally, not just, but like Venezuela had, their money is completely worthless because of hyperinflation. So we look at that, and we look at how the Biden administration has propped up this economy. Report after report, time after time, they say, oh, the economy is doing great, the economy is amazing, the stock market's doing great, which it is, because it's impossible for assets to not go up when you print that much money. The money is now worth less, which makes the company more valuable in terms of dollars, because that's what you're using to value the company. So of course the stock market's going to skyrocket and hit all-time records, because now that money is worth less. So really, they're just trying to make up for it in dollars of the valuation of the company. So to say, oh, look at how the stock market did while Biden was in office. Well, yeah, any asset, look at homes, look at stocks, look at any asset. They're going to go up over time, because inflation is constantly devaluing the dollar. So yes, all the assets are going to go up in value. That doesn't make the economic system great. That just shows how flawed it is. So you have all this money being printed, all these assets going up. Your money's not worthless. People's wages are nowhere near compared to keeping up with all the inflation that's happening. And you want to look at, oh, well, look at my asset, it's gone up in value. Of course it has. It's going to go up in value, because when you devalue the fiat that you're using to value something, it takes more of that to then buy that asset. So of course it's going to go up. Where in terms of, you look at other things, and you look at things in terms of Bitcoin. I need you guys to go back 4 or 5 videos, and it's a video I labeled Bitcoin versus gold. And I asked everybody, what would they invest in right now, Bitcoin or gold? And I said, why not both? And that's why, for me, I continue to invest in both. And right now it's looking like a very, very great thing that I did. So at the end of the day, you look at something like Bitcoin, where you use that to value your home. When you use this to value your home now becomes worth less. If you were to look at 2010, right, how many Bitcoins would it take to buy a home? Let's just say, let's just say for round numbers, the house was $100,000, right? 2010. And Bitcoin was at $1, right? So you would need 100,000 Bitcoins to buy that house. Now, fast forward, say a house is $1 million and your Bitcoin is now worth 100,000. Now it only costs 10 Bitcoins to buy that house. That's now worth $1 million because your Bitcoin's 100,000. See, when you save in Bitcoin versus the dollar, that's when that's when things become less expensive, because this Bitcoin that you bought 10 years ago is now 100x what it was, 100,000x what it was. And because of that, the things that you're purchasing with this Bitcoin now costs less. Back then, remember, it used to cost 100,000 Bitcoins. Now cost 10 Bitcoins. But now the dollar, it cost 100,000 back then. Now it costs $1 million. You see, you save in dollars, you're constantly having to keep up with inflation and fight against it. And that's the huge thing that Bitcoin has. And I didn't even make this video to try and make a point on Bitcoin, because this isn't about Bitcoin, which, like I said, go 3 or 4 videos back and watch my video and tell me I'm not ahead of my time. But let's just look at it realistically. All this stuff, they printed all this money. I digress. They printed all this money, and the whole economic system is still totally just flowing, right? There's no big crashes. There's nothing major is happening in our economic system. What better thing would it be, since they've already tried to assassinate Trump? What better would it be than to let the whole economic system collapse on his time, on his watch? Tried to assassinate him, couldn't do it. And so now their next option is, hey, we printed all this money. The system has to collapse at some point. Let's continue to prop it up, make it look good, and let this guy get into office. And once he's in office, we'll let it just collapse. He's not going to be able to withstand holding this up for 4 years. It's going to have to collapse. And then we'll be able to say, well, look at what Trump did. Look at what Trump did. That's what I'm expecting. When that'll happen, I have no idea. I can't see into the future. If it will happen, I can't even see into the future. This is just my theory of what I think will happen. They've destroyed the economic system, and they're going to let it fall on Trump, and that way they can prove. Because with Trump's policies and his economic outlook, unless he does what Biden did, which is, like I said, prop it up and make it look like something that's not, and lie, he's not going to be able to prop it up. It naturally is going to have to fall and settle before we start over again. And because of this, and this isn't no doom and gloom, go buy gold and silver, freaking go buy all the food and water that you can and store it, beans and rice, and this isn't that. I mean, when I say collapse, you got to remember we're still America. This is still the United States of America. We're always going to be number one as long as we hold true to our foundation. And with that said, we need to just continue to push forward. And all you can do is make sure your family is secure, however that may be, whether that's food, water, shelter, your finances being in order, your savings being in order, your cash reserves being in order, your Bitcoin being in order, your gold and silver being in order. Whatever that is, you need to make sure that you and your family are secure, because that is your responsibility to do. And in doing so, you'll see that no matter what comes your way, at the end of the day, you are in charge of your economic future, and you are solely responsible for it. No matter what the government does, no matter what the president says, no matter what the people do, you are responsible for your economic future. And I think that's why I hold so true to Bitcoin and gold and silver. And I've been telling everybody and their mother for the past 2 years. Past 2 years, because I started stacking in March of 23. And I've been telling everybody and their mother for the past 2 years, Bitcoin, gold, and silver is where I'm storing my wealth. That's where it goes. And so far, silver has been doing good since I've started buying. Gold has been doing good since I've started buying. Bitcoin has been doing great since I started buying. And now it has me kind of questioning where I'm off to next, if I'm going to convert majority of my gold and silver and go into Bitcoin. Because I truly believe Bitcoin is the asset class, the store of value, the store of wealth that people need to have, because it grows your purchasing power. You don't want more money. You don't want no more fiat. You don't want no more gold and silver. You want more purchasing power in the future. That's what everybody's goal is. If you dig down deep and really figure out what your goal is, everybody wants more purchasing power. And with that being said, like I just told you, in 2010, a house would cost you 100,000 Bitcoin, but now a house would cost you 10 Bitcoin. You see the difference? Your cost goes down over time with Bitcoin, and with cash, it goes up over time. So all that to say, We got a new president. Let's see what he's going to do. What are you guys expecting out of him? Are you guys happy? Are you sad? Are you upset? Are you a pronoun? Are you really going to take advantage and see what this economy has to offer and go for it? Let me know what you're going to do in the comments. Let me know what you're expecting out of Trump. And let's continue pushing forward, continue moving, and let's see what this next 4 years has to offer. I'm going to be on here uploading more videos more consistently and just going over things that are going on in the world. So stay tuned. We'll talk later. Don't forget, keep on stacking all the precious things in life.